To the people that are watching this, I have never been a great speaker. I've never stood up and gave a speech in front of a bunch of people. This is probably the closest that I've ever gotten to it. And I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not a guy that will move you with my words. I'm not like a pastor or a preacher that touches somebody's heart and makes them want to make a change in their life. The only thing that I can say to anybody that is listening to this is that I hope this and these things speak to your heart and you say, wow, I can't do that.
This is my father, Jay. He's been married to my mother for over 20 years, and together they have 3 kids. My older brother, Nick, and there's myself, Aaron, and my little sister, Alyssa. We have a dog named Buster, and my father and Buster have grown very close. My father enjoys going out dancing with my mother, going to family parties. He has a very close group of friends who he likes to surround himself with and enjoy life. My father enjoys traveling with my mother as often as they can. But right now, everything's not so great with my father. Right now, he's sick.
Hi, my name is Juan Arroyo. I'm 44 years old. Probably by the time you see this, I'll be 45. I have been diagnosed with squamous cell carcinoma, which is a form of throat cancer. This was caused primarily by smoking. I've been smoking for about over 30 years, and I'm only 44. So I started at 14. I started at 11, but I got heavier into it at 14 years old. I'm currently doing chemotherapy, and then I'll be going for radiation. I've had 3 operations so far. Next month or in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll probably have my 4th operation, where I have to be fed through a tube. My first cigarette, I remember I was 11 years old in Brooklyn, and I remember the guy, his name was Papo. I smoked a joint, drank a beer, had a cigarette, all in the same day. I wasn't so much peer pressure, maybe a little bit because I seen other kids do it, but it was more that I wanted to do it. Nobody forced it on me, pushed it on me. I asked for the cigarette, I asked for the beer, I asked for the joint.
How old was this guy who gave it to you?
Probably 17 at the time. He was kind of our baseball coach, but I don't blame him in any way. This whole situation is my fault that I created myself, due to the smoking. And right now I'm not just fighting cancer, but I'm fighting addiction to nicotine from the cigarettes. This is something I don't wish on anyone. It's not fun. It's fun when you're young and smoking and you're thinking that you're cool, because that's what I did. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be cool. I wanted to be the kid that people looked at like, oh, look at him. He thinks he's grown. He thinks he's so cool. It was really stupid. And unfortunately, a lot of people that will hear this message are going to be like me and disregard it and not pay attention to it. But I'm agreeing to this documentary for one reason. Because if there's one kid out there that's thinking that he wants to smoke, and maybe if I can reach that kid by showing him how I'm hooked up to a machine, chemotherapy, the radiation, the fact that I have to have people take care of me. When you become addicted, it's not that you need it to relieve stress. You just need it. You just have to have it. It's like a crack addict needs crack. A cocaine head needs cocaine. Your body will crave it and say, give me a cigarette, and you will want a cigarette. These past 4 months that I have not smoked have been some of the toughest times that I've had to go through. When I was done with the tonsillitis, when I was cured from that, they were going to start me on the chemo process. So they had to go and do
Let me zoom in.
a Metaport. The Metaport is because in the old days when they used to give you the cancer treatment, they would come in through your veins, but what would happen is sometimes the veins would collapse. So they put this port that, and it had like a wire attached. If you see a scar over here on the neck, can you zoom in on this?
Sure, hold on.
If you guys don't like scars, don't do it either, because this is going to end up leaving you some scars. Guys, you don't want to be hooked up like this. I won't even be able to give myself a bath. My wife is going to have to do it for me, not to get this wet. And I'll have this on for at least a week before it can come off. I had to get cut open again last week so they could do this. That wasn't fun. So you can see the other scar that's up over here, because now the wire comes up over here and comes down this way. I will have to go for radiation for 7 weeks, hoping that it kills the cancer. It's not that I'm just going to do the chemo and do the radiation and I'm done and I'm out. That's not the end of it. This is just the beginning treatment to know if it's killing the cancer or not. Because if it doesn't, then we'll have to keep going through this until it does.
3 things help patients get through cancer. You have to have faith in God. You have to have good family support. And you have to have a good mindset. You know, like I'm going to... Positive mindset. Patients who have these 3 things do so well.
But you have to keep your spirits up when you have cancer too. First you try to prevent it, but if you got it, you got to deal with it, and you got to be strong about it, and you got to fight, and you got to keep your spirits up. And sometimes laughter, sometimes is the only way that you can keep things moving. I always thought this would never happen to me. I always thought it would happen to somebody else. And I know you've heard that before, because I was one that would say that a lot. It won't happen to me. Well, it did happen to me, and it can happen to you. So please, just don't smoke. It'll kill you. Slowly, it'll kill you.